Yeah.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's about to ride a dynasty, I guess, for the next 10 years. We got a chance to chat with him after they won their second Stanley Cup in 2 years. And then what he has done during free agency is somehow do something that isn't legal. We don't know what it is. We're not privy to the information. But somehow the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions had been able to sign their entire team until 2031. The man that did that, friend of the program, Yinzer, Bill Zito.
Yeah,
Bill, hey, Bill, sweet glasses, first of all. I love what you're doing right now.
Can't see a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. You had to feel so good as this was all coming together. Every piece of the puzzle that was potentially out the door. Remember, we talked about TSN's top 5 free agents of the NHL offseason. 3 of them were Florida Panthers. Some of us who are maybe Pittsburgh Penguins fans or Boston Bruins fans or maybe any other team in the entire NHL were thinking, there's no way they're going to be able to keep this team together. A lot of greatness is going to be leaving Florida. Bill Zito is going to have to rebuild this thing. Instead, you get deals done with basically every star that was potentially out. You got MVPs back in the building, and you keep your core that has been so damn dominant over the last 3 years. How'd you get it done? And was this what you were expecting going into offseason? I think you felt very optimistic when you chatted with us, but as it takes place, how does it kind of all unfold?
It's really the guys. It has very little to do with me. They wanted to stay. I think they appreciated each other. They appreciated the opportunity that they have. I do think that they appreciate all that the coaching staff and ownership does to allow us to try to do things the right way. But ultimately, they're staying because of them and because of their teammates. And that's really the only reason. And it does make you feel good to be able to have the privilege to be part of it.
Yeah, be a part of it, be a massive piece of kind of putting everybody in the same room and letting them deal with it. Empowering others is also a great display of leadership. And your team, I think we talked to Gary Bettman the other day. I think every hockey person I talked to, the way your team plays hockey is one that I think all hockey people respect and appreciate as well. On that note, the way hockey people celebrate is also something we all appreciate and respect. Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Bill, you just said it's because of the boys and what they wanted. How much did it help with negotiations that they were hammered the entire time, and then they were just kept and they
was good.
They just kept yelling, "I'm not fucking leaving." That helped.
No, it was great that they did it. And when you watched them, I think I wasn't there. I was like you guys, but they really enjoyed their time together. They enjoyed their celebration with the cup. And it is kind of a theme through our group. You can make fun of situations. You can make fun of yourself. I always talk about how kind everybody is to each other. Well, in tandem with that, it's a pretty sporty room, and just lots of fun, lots of gags, dark humor, light humor, but don't take it too seriously. So it was great.
Pretty sporty room.
That's
a good way to describe a group.
I'm the victim of that sport.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah,
pretty frequently.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's the ones I know about.
Yeah, well, you're buying them dinner, though, on the road, and they're all eating together. It feels like that sporty room is what everybody is looking for in hockey. Go ahead, AJ.
Bill, have you talked to anybody or studied teams that have had the success that you have had, obviously, the 2 cups in 3 years, everything you're doing, too? How do you continue this? How do you keep it going? We know how difficult it is to, consistent success in professional sports is very, very difficult. Have you began to, I guess, look around hey, who can I talk to? What can I do to make sure we keep this thing the way we have it? We keep getting better?
Yeah, and I should actually probably reach out to you. So then after you win it in Green Bay, then how do you keep?
We didn't, unfortunately.
You weren't there when you won it?
I was there, but I'm saying we should have won 4. That's what we had Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
We should have won a lot more.
So I talked to a lot of people in hockey, a lot of people across other sports, and just try to learn as much as I can. The biggest thing was more from the coaching level as to how to understand, I guess, what people call the hangover, if you will. And then at the same time, appreciate the fatigue level, maybe even the emotional fatigue, and then help the guys get back. With our group, we're so lucky we didn't have to do a whole lot, but our coaching staff is just outstanding. Patience is really important. And then strategically on the other side of the calendar is sort of doing those projections 1, 2, 3, 4 years out. If this happened, how could we address it? And some of those projections we don't have an answer for yet. Maybe 4 years away, maybe a couple maybes, but at least you start thinking about it. And that most of the time is enough to get it done.
Yeah, you got your core until 2030, it seems like, if all the reports on the internet are accurate. So you're going to be able to continue to hopefully just kind of add to your culture throughout the next few years of dominance. I think you guys are assuming or hoping for, at least going to put in the work to kind of continue to achieve the new CBA that's going to take place. How does that affect anything you were doing now? Is there anything in that that's potentially going to unfold that affected how you kind of structure things now or how you did contracts? Or is that something you deal with whenever that becomes instituted, which Gary Bettman thinks is going to be relatively soon, which is a year ahead of time, which never happens in professional sports?
So there's a number of things, sort of technical things, contract-wise, that may or may not impact us. The season could go to 84 games. That's something that would obviously impact us. We started, maybe late in the season to address next season already. We've gone to the finals 3 years in a row. How tired are these guys going to be? What can we do? Well, maybe they're not. First of all, let's just not assume they are. Two, what could we do to sort of lessen the load physically and emotionally? We've already started to modify our training camp. We're going to do that differently. Examining the travel, nuts to bolts. So with the cap going up, that's going to help us. We're going to be right at the cap this year. It's going to be tight. But since, as you pointed out, our core's locked up to 2030, it will give us flexibility as we have more cap space to supplement and to help and to make additions to support that core.
And if you need to get rid of any of those guys, we're talking Bennett, Marshy, hell, Bob, you name it.
No.
You just send him right to Pittsburgh. Yeah, Chuck, you send him right to Pittsburgh, Bill. Okay, you do that. You go ahead and do that, okay? Obviously, a lot of success has to fulfill a lot of things that you've dreamt about throughout your entire life. Your team showing you love has to be another thing that you can't put words or a price tag on. Go ahead, D-Butch.
Yeah, Bill, I got to ask you, after the final game in the locker room, I know it's something that Panthers fans love to watch, probably just hockey fans in general, when that puck is handed out to someone in that locker room. Now, I don't know if you can confirm or deny. Did you receive the final puck? I don't think I've seen it confirmed legitimately anywhere. And what was that moment like after winning it all once again?
I did receive the puck. I put it in the board, and it was surreal. And I still probably don't appreciate it. I was so shocked and so surprised that I don't even know what I said. Way to go! There was no poignant moment. You think about that. I'm going to say this and from the heart, and I think I just said, "Am I supposed to do this?" Like I was pretty rattled. But looking back on it, it was an honor and what a privilege to be with those guys. I don't know. I think it was the game before. They gave it to Vitek Vanasek, the backup goalie who didn't play. Last year we had one where Jona Gadjevic was away from the team, and he had twins. So he rejoined us in New York, and he didn't even see the boys. Like, he came in at 6:30 and just came to the rink, and we won it, and Nico Mikkola looked up, said, "Gad, you're player of the game," because he had just had the twins. If you see the social media on it, it's awesome. And the whole room erupts.
That's your
them.
team, dude. Yeah, that's your team. Watching the celebrations here, from the golf carts to the pools to the strawberry margaritas to the Dairy Queen, feels like they're all together and they want to be together. And families, too. We got a lot of kids playing with each other. I think they all live in the same area. It's like you've literally built a community down there. And the community's culture is we're going to win hockey games in an awesome way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Even on the ice, sorry to cut you off, even on the ice, once they won it, passing the cup around to the first-time winners, everybody get to touch it first, for their first time experiencing that just lets you know, that illustrates what type of team, what type of culture that they really have in there. So congratulations on receiving that final puck, man. Well deserved, and you've shown it with this offseaseason.
Hell yeah, Bill.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It was, like the family thing, you can't overstate that. So, I mean, even Marshy, no one knew what was going to happen. And his daughter's name's Ruru, might be the cutest human on earth. My kids are saying, "You have to get Ruru back, Dad. You have to get Ruru back." And then the next night, I don't know, maybe it was 2 nights after, and the boys had already gone a little bit, but they still had some in them. Matthew Tkachuk says, let's have a party with everybody and everybody's families. Kids, everybody, let's go. And it was awesome. We had so much fun.
That feels like that's every day for you guys down there. Hop on a golf cart, go to the golf course, hang out with each other. Let's go work our asses off at the rink so we can fight other people and beat them. It's like you guys have everything that every type of team is looking for, every business is looking for. Congratulations on keeping that, and enjoy the hell out of the offseason, Bill. You look awesome right now.
Thanks. Appreciate it very much.
You're glowing, brother. You're glowing. And also, congratulations on being the most super Italian in America, right? You won you won the most Italian, right, award?
I would like to win the most Italian award. That would be something.
But I think you did. You're getting honored, I think, at this golf.
No, that's the National Italian Invitational. That's a golf.
The Chuck one.
Golf outing out of Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
And they, I'm sure some Packers had won it, AJ. I don't know. But have you been to Lake Geneva?
Oh yeah, Lake Geneva's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not Italian, but yeah, congrats.
Lombardi won one. Lombardi won one.
Lombardi, like a lot of big names, but it's a special place, and I'm just honored. And it's a great charity, and they raise money and have scholarships. It's wonderful.
Well, congrats on being named their most super Italian. And that's a big honor. Coach Pagano won that in years past. That's how we learned about the most Italian award. And we are pumped as hell for you to enjoy that and everything else that you've worked your ass off for. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you.
Grazie, prego, Bill Zito.
Yeah.